From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Sandy Kastel with Sandy Kastel and Friends here on KLAV Monday through Friday, 9 to 10 a.m. We'll be featuring shopping at Smith's and cooking with Chef Michael, women in music and arts, and getting fit and fabulous with health, beauty, and fashion experts. I'll have interviews with entertainers, artists, and celebrities from Las Vegas and around the world. This is one radio show you must listen to. Join me Monday through Friday on KLAV, 9 to 10 a.m. See you then.
Views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of KLAV. KLAV with Sandy Kastel. Chef Michael.
Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends, produced by Michael Leonetti. Sandy Kastel has been entertaining audiences for years on stage, screen, radio, and television. And for the next 60 minutes, she'll be talking with local and international performers, artists, authors, celebrities, and more, with special features like women in music and arts, shopping at Smith's, cooking with Chef Michael, and staying fit and fabulous forever. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Good morning and welcome to the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael this Monday, July 14th on KLAV. Oh my gosh, we got a full house today. We have Mark Allen Maynard as Frankie Valli. We have Steve Mason as Elvis. We have Jon Stewart as Johnny Stewart. Mm-hmm. And we have Don Usherson as Don. Who are you going to be today?
As Jon Stewart, yeah.
And then, of course, we have Chef Michael. Also, we have Steve Mason brought his wife with him, Vicky. Hi, Vicky. How are you? Good morning, everybody. We've got... oh my gosh, we've got such an exciting show. Chef Michael.
What about Don? You mentioned Don?
Yes, I did.
I didn't hear it.
You better put your headphones on.
Right.
Hey, don't be taking...
Oh my gosh.
You better,
please.
Wait a minute, hold it. I'm having a good time over here.
Yeah, well, we're not. So anyway,
sound good, man.
Listen, today is my workout day at the Las Vegas Fitness Center.
Yeah, good.
And in fact, Jon Stewart, you brought on one of the managers from the Las Vegas Fitness Center a few months ago.
Yes.
And I was real excited that I contacted him and I told him about our Staying Fit and Fabulous Forever program, and they are interested in being part of it. Isn't that exciting?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so I got to go and work out. But I've been trying to drag Michael, and I can't seem to get him to go.
Because you got me doing too many damn things. Cooking at the Grasso's house. Last night we went down to Viva Las Vegas.
Viva
Las Vegas. And what's the kid's name who owns the joint?
Ron DeCar.
Yeah.
Ron DeCar.
Yeah.
So we go down to places, a lot of people in there. We had a great time, and Evan Davis was there, and then he left. You know, Jews are funny. They want to go home and count their money all the time. He had to run back home. He said, I got to look at my savings account.
He said he was afraid the coins were going to fall over. So
I know. And I love it. I'm only teasing. I can say that and get away with it because I got Don Usherson saying,
his bills out. Yeah.
So anyway, we go down there and Sandy Kastel gets up and sings and just rips that.
Sandy Kastel.
Okay, well, as Jon Stewart would say, Sandy Castile.
Yes. I go by Castile, Castle, Kastel, whatever, you know.
And Sandy, I want you to know that you knocked him dead.
I think it was more like you knocked him dead because he got up afterwards, Johnny, and he gave him a couple of jokes, about 3 jokes, and I mean he had them on the floor. Everybody was cracking up, and before that nobody was doing anything, except getting up, singing a song, which is fabulous. We had some great singers, and Catherine Arianoff is the one that's the host of that show, and it's an absolutely beautiful location. It's right there on Las Vegas Boulevard, just north of West Charleston.
No, just south of West Charleston, 1 block south.
Oh, maybe I came up Sahara then.
Yeah.
Okay,
South.
north of Sahara. All right, so
I've been there
it's
several
between
times.
Charleston and Sahara, and it's the Viva Las Vegas Chapel is right there.
Right. Well,
too.
anyway, he wants to be one of the sponsors. He wants to.
That's right. It's
come in
exciting.
he's a sponsor, but he wants me to cook it. And I'm saying, as a kid, on
He
Sunday,
wants him to come and cook at his house every night of the week.
Go down. But what I will do is this: I will do.
No, we're just teasing.
I'll do a one day because I went in the kitchen. Got to go. You know, let me tell you something.
Oh,
You
it's a
open up a
beautiful
restaurant.
kitchen, yeah.
It costs you $250,000 just to put a kitchen in.
Ugh.
This kid went with all brand new stuff. The average
Yeah.
guy goes with used. You know what I mean? All brand new. Sandy bought me a slicer for my birthday. I wanted to, because we have the cigar lounge, and I wanted to put antipasta on the menu. We didn't have, the people that had it before didn't have a slicer. So for my birthday, Sandy bought me a beautiful slicer. It's not the big one like they have at Smith's, but it's the one underneath that.
Size doesn't matter.
What's that?
Size doesn't matter.
Listen, you son of a gun. You got all your hair. Don't give me
As a
no
matter of
credit.
fact,
In a slicer, it does.
Yeah,
believe
yeah.
me.
You know what?
It
No,
does in a
actually, I got
slicer.
it from Giovanni over
Yes.
at Giancarlo. I'm sorry, over at Siena, and it was really nice of him because they had 5 of them, and they had the extra bigger ones.
Well, he
because I
does the
guess
prosciutto. Yeah, he does the prosciutto from Italy.
Yeah,
You can't
so we
put
got
that
the
one in this
smaller
one.
and he
So we
wasn't
got
using it, so
right.
he gave me a really good deal.
And for me, it was great because I was very, very excited to have it. And we're excited, and nobody gives a crap, so I'm telling you anyway. So anyway, 731-1230. Pick up the phone, call me, because there's
That's
a lot
right.
that I want to say. There's a lot that we want to say, because Sandy bought me a beautiful gift.
Oh no, he's going to tell this story. I can't
Oh, yeah, of
wait.
course I'm going to. And she bought me a beautiful gift. And if you would like to tell the people the gift, we can say have the gift and stop or move on. I'm going to leave that your call, sweetheart.
What?
The gift was her.
The slicer and dicer. No, I also bought him a ring, but he's a very particular guy and he likes a certain kind of ring. And so he said, well, I'd like to see if I could find something else. So we went back to the store, which is Diamante's over in the Tivoli Square, and we talked to the gentleman. And the very first thing he says is, we don't do any refunds or exchanges. Sorry, you're out of luck. I said, wait a minute. You were really nice to me the day that I was there, when I wanted to buy this ring for Michael. And I kept verifying. I said, he's really particular. I'm not sure, because I know he likes the big clusters of diamonds and everything, and he may not, he might want to get something else. And he said, no problem. You bring it back. If he doesn't like it, we take care of him. We give it, give you your money back. We exchange it, or I can make him something. I said, great. He was really nice. And I was in a rush, of course, Johnny, because I'm always running on Sandy time.
Did you let him know you have a radio show and you might mention this every day for the next 3 years?
Well, actually,
and I will.
Michael, mentioned it last night.
And that Michael has friends.
Actually, and the thing of it is of course, what the gentleman was so not nice to point out is that, well, it says right here in the fine print. And I said, yeah, but verbally, you said, because I told you I wasn't going to buy it. I almost walked out of the store. I said, I really got to make sure that if there's any problem, I can exchange this ring. I can get my money back if he really doesn't find anything. And he said, yes, no problem. And he put the receipt in, he put it in the bag, and I left, Well, in the fine print, folks, you got to read that fine print. It does say that you can exchange the ring within 10 days. Well, obviously, we were within 10 days, and immediately, of course, he said, no, you can't exchange it. I said, well, wait a minute, what are you talking about? But it does say in fine print you can exchange it. But it also does say no refunds in the fine print. So that's my fault, because I ran out, because I was
But
in a
here's the
rush.
funniest...
But he did tell me it was
Right.
okay.
But here's the funniest thing.
It's not good customer service. He used to be in the
It's
retail
not-
business besides doing Elvis. and
I
it's
don't think
not
he's
good.
really interested in the long-term customer, because we do buy a lot of jewelry, and and we've been to jewelry stores before. And in fact, last Christmas, when you bought me my diamond ring,
It was right
Remember?
on the
Remember?
pawn place.
the pawn place. I don't know. what it was.
And I went in there and I
Yeah.
bought the ring for Sandy. Thinking that it was Christmas. And I says, reach into the tree and you'll see how much I love thee.
That's right.
So what happens is she gets the ring on Christmas Eve. She opens up the box, looks it down. She goes, oh, that's nice.
Nah.
No. Well, anyway, I knew that she didn't like it. What we did
No,
is...
it kept catching. It was catching on the clothes. You know how sometimes
Yeah.
when the diamond's set up too high,
Right.
and that's what was happening. It was catching on my knit clothes and things like that. So I said, "Can we go see if there's something else?" And we did. We went. He took us back. He took me back, and we
There was
looked
nothing there.
and they didn't have a lot there
Anything.
right then, because they had been, everything had been bought out. So they said, "Look, we'll give you your money back." which is very nice. We were, and they gave us our money back, and they said, but we have another store you can go check out, and that's the one on Industrial Road. And
unbelievable,
amazing.
place.
We went there, and they had tons of stuff, and I found a beautiful ring, which of course I forgot to put my rings on today. But so I wasn't, I trusted this guy. I trusted him. He told me Rafi was his name.
Yeah, Rafi.
And I think he's the owner. And also he knows the family over at West Wing Cigar Lounge, and he was really nice to me and all this stuff. But when we walked in 2 days ago, he was very rude, and I'm sorry, he was very rude.
But here's the funniest part, and then I'm going to cut out because I don't want to give this guy too much advertisement. He throws me out of the store. Me,
he
Chef
says,
Michael.
Get out of the store.
He says, get out to my store. You're aggravating me.
Well, because Michael said, well, we're going to thank you on air.
Right. And what's so funny is thank Jesus in heaven that I was in a phenomenal mood because I'd have grabbed this guy by his throat and threw him through a window. And I'd have been in the county jail eating bologna sandwiches.
Should have made him a special meal.
What's that?
That's
No, but he says to me, you threatened me. I said, no, if I say to you, don't start your car.
That's never forget.
Right, that's right. What I'm telling you is I want to thank you. So anyway,
thank you on the
thank
air
you very much for
not so nice
for throwing me out
behavior.
of the store and treating Sandy rude. So everybody out there, God bless you. I'm sure he has happy customers, but we are unhappy customers, and it's sad. So God bless you. May the birds of paradise fly across your birthday cake.
That's Diamante's in the Tivoli Square, and Rafi is the one that I dealt with.
Birds of paradise crap on what?
Oh, I said fly. Anyway.
Other than that, we had a great weekend. Oh my gosh, it was just fabulous, and we had some great entertainment over at the West Wing Cigar Lounge. We had T. Fox on Friday night. Woo! Oh my gosh, he was so amazing. John, when you brought him into this studio, I mean, we had no idea what kind of a performer he was until after he was on the show, of course, and then we went to see him first over at the Fiesta, and he put on this wonderful show on his birthday. Remember that, John?
Yes, and he told me he had a great time Saturday. He called me on Sunday and said he had a great time.
Yeah.
With you guys.
So we had a great time. He performed, and then on Saturday night we had Steve Johnson, the sax man.
He's coming back Wednesday.
Amazing.
Steve's coming back Wednesday because, like I said, Wednesdays and Fridays. Saturday was a little light because we got people.
You know why? Because first of all, Friday night Kelly Clinton was over at the Viva Las Vegas Event Center, and I know a lot of our friends were over there too, and they couldn't be two places at one time, and they called and apologized and stuff. But I wanted to go see Kelly too because she's such a fabulous performer. And then Saturday, the Elvis convention was in town.
Really big.
That was the final night.
Extremely successful.
So I mean, the fact that we had about 50 people in the place was great. For a Friday and Saturday night, it was wonderful, and we had a great time. But I'm just sorry we couldn't have spread ourselves then and run back and forth between all these other great shows.
We actually invited the entire Elvis convention. There were only 1,400 of them there, and we were all going to come over to the cigar lounge.
But we didn't have enough cigars, I don't think.
No, we didn't have it. But it was a lot of fun. I really was swinging and I had a good time.
Oh,
A lot of great things that are happening. We got my buddy Don Hutcherson up next to me. I haven't seen him. You missed my party.
Well,
I still owe me a gift. Johnny gave me a gracious gift. I was so funny. I opened up and it says, "Happy birthday to my special Italian friend, Mike Leonetti." Let me see if I remember. Special friend Mike Leonetti. You bring joy to my heart. You are a wonderful individual, phenomenal cook, tremendous singer. My wife and I love you. Please accept this as a small token of my appreciation for being so kind. And the gift was gracious. It was a $15 gift certificate for McDonald's. Now, wait a minute. It's not the...
No.
Thank you. It's not the gift. It's the thought that counts, John.
No, I did because you're my big man.
Do you know who he brought? No, but you know what, John? But Michael, Johnny brought 1,500 of his closest friends to that party,
and Carl Grosso had to pick up the tab for everybody. He still don't talk to me today.
The guy that did
I brought Charlie. I brought Charles Daniel there for you.
Oh, that son of a gun was great.
Oh my gosh!
And I paid him $12,000 for that.
I know you did.
Fabulous! Oh my gosh! And I got to tell you, Ben Sahagan is our photographer, our official photographer.
He's Filipino.
But also John Stiles has been doing some of our photography lately.
John, what's your nationality, John?
Yes.
What are you?
All of them.
He's a mix.
You're a mix?
He's a mix. He's like me, Heinz 57.
French and Welsh.
You got Italian. I hope. Good, because you got the job. Anyway.
But if you know what?
He doesn't have to pay tithes.
But actually, Chef Michael, if everybody's just tuning in now, this is the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. We've got a caller on hold, and we're going to be... Who is it?
T. Fox, our buddy, T. Fox.
Oh, hi, T. Fox. Well, we're going to have to wait a little minute to go to our break. Hi, T. Fox. How you doing?
It had to be you guys.
You know, T, I was wondering why that you're so damn good on the stage. You told me you were half Italian.
Well, I think I got both sides on there with me. And how you guys doing? I love you both. We had a fabulous time on Friday. And
oh my gosh!
Thank you guys. I mean, we went, I think, another hour over. What the heck? I mean, you know, my
T-Fox,
brother,
he never stopped singing. I mean, I came back the next day, he still was singing.
You know what you remind me of? You know what you remind me of? T-Fox reminds me of the good old days. You know, when you would go watch Wayne Newton and he would sing for 4 hours. You'd go watch, who was it? I'm serious. Yes. And Ben Vereen. I remember Ben Vereen, Tom Jones, all these guys. I was just a little girl. Anyway, and I used to see these performers. I'd sit in the back, back up of the light booth when my dad was, he was playing saxophone in the orchestra sometimes. And these shows could sometimes go on and on and on and on and on. And that's what we were doing Friday night. And it was just amazing. And then he sang some of his original songs for us, too.
Yes.
And you brought a lot of black people, and they spend money. And I think that's great. That's why we had a great night.
We had Spanish, we had Caucasian, we had, I mean, we had all kinds of Italians, you know.
There you go again. You're breaking my balls.
But here's the funny. John brought his Mormon friends.
Can you say that word on the air?
Yeah, what's the difference? John, bucket his cojones. John brought his Mormon friends, and I says, can I get your drink? They said, we don't drink. Can I get your Coke? We don't drink Coke.
They were there for 4 hours, and they drank Coke.
You said, could I get your cigar?
And they
said, no.
I just want to say real quick, hey, John, how you doing, buddy?
I love you, buddy. Thanks for calling me, Sunday. Love
hey, listen, also, T-Fox, your wife, Imani, is going to be one of the models this Saturday. We have 10 models that are going to be joining us at the luncheon that we're having, the Weema luncheon at the West Wing Cigar Lounge. Right. And we've got 10 of our models. We have a wonderful array of women.
That means you got a fly. That means you got a fly girl from In Living Color with you.
And also Nan from White House Black Market is the one that's putting the fashion show on.
Oh, wow.
And we're so gracious to have them, so grateful, I said, meant to have them as a sponsor, along with, we're also going to have the UNLV Jazz Quartet, and that's part of their jazz program. So it's going to be a wonderful day. And if you want to get tickets, just give us a call at 702-348-5707. That's 348-5707. Tickets are only $25. You get Chef Michael's cooking, wonderful jazz from UNLV Jazz Quartet, and also the fashion show by White House Black Market. So that's 1 to 3 p.m. on Saturday the 19th. So you got to join us there.
I got to cook again.
And Imani will be there.
I'm going to let the boys talk. I'm going to give the floor to you, but I want to say I love you guys.
Thank you guys
so much.
Thank you.
We'll do it again.
Okay.
And John, I'll talk to you soon. And Sandy and, and Chef Mike, the food was excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You guys go to the West Wing. You guys want to have a good time. Go there and have a great meal. Sit back, relax, and listen to the good swing jazz that they give to you and the wonderful smiles that Sandy gives you every day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, T-Fox. Hey, listen, we got to take a quick break for our sponsors. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
We love you, T-Fox, you dirty son of a...
Making every morning brighter. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
You need some fan. Hi, this is Sandy Kastel and Friends with Chef Michael. How are you?
Very good, Sandy. How are you?
Good, good. So are you going to give us a special recipe today?
Yes, I am. I want to give you a very special recipe. You know, I got so many recipes in my head. I want to give you a nice Italian napoletano.
That explains it.
It's called pasta aglio olio. Everybody has fresh garlic in their house. If not, go to Smith's. Go see Don, the produce manager. Did I just say
the produce
manager? The produce.
That's easy for you to say.
And Don will take care of you. Get yourself some garlic. Now you could use olive oil. Now you can use olive oil.
For this dish.
For this dish.
Okay.
And you saute now remember, when you get the garlic, never cut it. You got to crush it, because when you crush it, it melts. If you cut it, it stays solid. It will not liquefy. So you crush the garlic and you fry your oil and garlic, no onion. Then you add chicken stock. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not. My head was back at the camera. You add chicken stock to that, because that's for your juice, and you add a little butter, parsley, salt, and pepper. And get a half a pound. This is for like one person. You can get yourself a half a pound of linguine, boil it, and pour that over that. I'm telling you something, folks. It's a very healthy dish. So for those that are on a diet and you want to lose weight, because it's hard to put bread with meat. There was a book called Fit for Life, and you never mix the two together, and that's where people get hit. They put the meat with the potatoes. If you're going to eat pasta, no meat. But if you want to try this dish, it is absolutely good. It's called pasta aglio olio. Now, me, I like alige, which alige is, it's anchovies. You can put a little bit of that in there, and it comes out great. If Don Usherson making fun behind me, I'm going to see it.
No, he's taking notes.
He's taking notes,
yes.
because my back is to everybody, so I can look at the camera. Anyway, that's exactly what it is, called pasta aglio olio. It's my grandmother's dish. God rest your soul, Grandma. I love you so much.
You know what, Michael? We've got a caller, Doug McDonald. Hi, Doug. How are
Doug,
you?
what's up, buddy?
How you doing, everybody?
How you feel, Doug? Give me some good news. Talk to me.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I'm enjoying some of your show. I've been listening to it here. It sounds great.
Thank you very much. John just sneezed. Did you have to sneeze in the microphone?
Hey.
So, Doug, let me ask you a question. You listen to the show, and it's great. And I'm going to tell you something, Doug, all jokes aside. Sandy and I would like to thank you because it's people like you that make us number one. When we first started with this program, they had like 20,000 listeners, 18,000 listeners, and we bought prime time from 9 to 10. We're up to 90,000 listeners, and it's a blessing. And you know me, I'm on the edge. I'm always joking about Jews and Italians. I'm like the Don Ricoletti. But if I offended anybody out there, please accept my sincere apology and send all your cards and your letters to Don Usherson if you have any problems and John Stewart. So anyway, how can I help you? What can we do for you?
Well, first of all, I worked with Don Rickles a couple times. I'm a jazz guitar player. I'm going to be playing actually Wednesday night at the Dispensary in Las Vegas. And,
great.
That's on Tropicana, and we start about 9 o'clock.
Well, that plug just cost you $200. Go right ahead.
That's good, see? And then I got the free recipe from you, so I'm doing good.
You're right. Well, you're going
to Actually, Michael, you don't know this, but he's a friend of Jack Woods.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is. And he called me during the week because Jack said, you gotta go see Chef Michael and Sandy over at the West Wing Cigar Lounge. So he's in town Wednesday, and he's going to be on the show tomorrow with
no, I'm sorry,
Thursday.
They changed it to or is it Thursday?
No, you're going to be on the show Thursday with us, aren't you?
Thursday, correct.
Yeah, he's going to be on the show
Jack
Thursday.
Wood also.
Yeah, Jack's going to come
he's
too?
He's going to be here too.
Let me ask you a question.
What
kind of player are you? Bucky Pizzarella, Joe Pass, Pat Martino?
Combination of the old with the new, both, I would say.
Who's your favorite guitar player that you love?
I love all the old guys. Johnny Smith, Wes Montgomery, you name it. George Van Epps. I like them all.
You know, it's funny. I just featured Steve Johnson. Steve is like Steve Ponkart. There's only a couple horn players in Las Vegas that are my kind of player, because as a drummer, let me tell you, Sam Butera to me was the greatest. And like Earl Bostic. I mean, and naturally Dick Kastel, my future father-in-law. I got to mention him or Sandy will throw me out.
You better.
So, and Wednesday, I featured him Friday in the show, and he did terrific. So I had to bring Steve back again Wednesday, because Wednesday, for some reason, Wednesday and Friday's our day at the West Wing. You can't move in that place.
That's right.
And it's a lot of fun. I would love you to come down and sit in and play, because maybe I'm sure if you're that good to play with them. Who are you playing with? Uli?
Yes, I'm the featured guest with that trio.
All right, when you see him, do me a favor. He owes me $25. Tell him I need my money, and tell Pascal.
And an order of pasta, right?
An order of pasta. Tell Uli and the gang I said hello, because you got a great band you're playing with, buddy.
Yeah, the Dispensary is a really nice room, and they've been around for a long time, something like 60 years, I think.
Yeah.
And there was a long period of time that they didn't have music, and then they brought it back, and so it's really nice, because ever since it, and a lot of times they don't start until 10 o'clock. They go till 2 o'clock or something.
Well, the people on that side of town, it's amazing. Where Vegas years ago, we had the Jazz Trap. People went all over. Today, if you like, we live in Canyon Gate. We live up this side. We want to stay here. You know what I mean? Like, Sienna's Deli, that whole gang, they live up that neighborhood. People don't want to travel. Like the Italian American Club. They got all them people that they do.
Yeah.
And then you walk out, they give you garlic. What's that? I love the time. They stick it in your pocket. You stink up the neighborhood, and then they make fun of my people.
That's right. Hey, listen, Doug. We're looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Have a wonderful night Wednesday night, and if we can come out, we'll come out and hang out with you guys, okay?
Yeah.
Well, love to see you guys, and thanks so much for having me on, and I'll see you Thursday. And, of course, anybody that comes Wednesday night, we'll look forward to seeing you and joining us. That'd be great.
How late do you go? 2 o'clock?
Probably about 9 till 1:30, something like that.
Okay, cool. All right. So
we get out, we're done about 11:30. If we can squeeze the hell out, we'll do it.
Sometimes we don't get out of there till 12:30 or 1, though.
Well,
but anyway...
Right. Play the last set for you.
All right, great. Thanks a lot, Doug. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Well, we've got some great entertainers here today, and as a matter of fact, I think you've got the music queued up for Mark Maynard, and let's see what you got
Frankie
there.
Valli.
Frankie Valli. Get him, Frank. He's got all those
but it's Mark Maynard. Doing Frankie.
Get it, Frank.
Yo, baby.
Man,
Grease.
that was great.
Cool.
That was short, but that was good.
Well, actually, that's a little clip, a little special promo, right, that you put together?
That's right.
So that was
it's
just
a little
one little
demo
segment
thing.
off of it.
Yeah. Well, Grease is the word. I think it's still the word, isn't it?
It still is.
Might be.
Where you from, Frankie? Where you from?
Oh, I come out of Philadelphia area.
That's my neighborhood, South Philadelphia.
Yeah, yeah. And
Wait, where was
I
your
moved-
corner?
I moved out.
What corner did you hang out on?
Well, under
hung
one
out
of
on
those
12th and Moore, I know.
street lamp posts with the singing going, the doo-wop sound. Yeah.
At least you got all your hair, you lucky bastard. Look at this guy. God bless him. I'm
Love
jealous.
the hair. That's okay, Michael. You'll see it someday.
Never, unless I buy it. There's the only way I'm going to get another piece.
Well, you know, Mark, you've been here since 1969, so you've been here quite a long time.
A long time, yeah, and I'm still hanging on.
Yeah,
we got to
that's
hang
good.
on to what we got.
That's good. So now, when did you meet Johnny Stewart?
I met Johnny.
Unemployment line.
It was tough to meet him too. He's such a busy guy. I was like calling and calling and calling. I felt really excited to meet John because obviously with the Legends in Concert opportunities that could possibly be there for me. And after meeting with Frankie Valli and getting his endorsement and all of that, then I thought, yeah, I got to do this.
Yeah, didn't he say you were like the first person who had ever talked to him and asked him about?
According to Frankie Valli, this was in December of 1993. He was performing at the Desert Inn. I arranged through his tour manager to get a chance to visit with Frankie Valli. And so I saw the show. They invited me in, saw the show, saw Frankie afterwards. I cut to the chase. I said, Frankie, I want to know if you will approve that I can pursue a live performance of you and the great songs of the Four Seasons. And he was very curious about me. And he says, yeah, well, listen, no one's ever asked me about this before. So I said, well, how about it? And he said, yeah, you can do this, man. I'd be happy to let you do this. He listened to me sing a little bit.
Wow, that's
and then I came and
cool.
saw Mr. John Stewart.
Well, I seen him too, and I asked the same thing to him. I'm serious.
But you didn't have enough hair? Sorry.
All right, Sandy.
Come on, how come nobody...
All right, the kids learning. He's putting a lot of them. That's Joey Vespi. Joey Vespi's not going to be with me Wednesday. He's got his anniversary.
What's his anniversary? Right.
You know
But
what I
getting
mean?
back to...
Oh, yeah. So I talked to Frankie, and I said, Frank, honestly and truthfully, you know who I am? He goes, yeah, I know who you are. He says to me, I would like to do a tribute to you. And he says to me, no. And I said, well, the hell with you. I'm going to do it anyway. That's exactly what I said. And then two guys outside picked me up and stuck me in the trunk of a car.
Well, Frankie said, you know what, Mark, you did the right thing to come and see me directly and ask me about this.
That's nice.
And,
That was nice of
he
him,
said,
yeah.
he asked me to promise one thing. He says, just do it with class, do it with style. Don't make it some kind of silly parody, that kind of thing. And so, yes, absolutely. With all
you are classy. We got to say that.
Yeah, you're
John.
you're a nice man. I can see by your demeanor, you're really nice.
So, John, I understand that he started with a 12-week contract and that turned into 5 months.
Oh, my God.
Not only that, he's been working with Legends and other major tribute shows and doing his own show and many shows, as you look through his book here, that he's been in over the last 20 years.
Right, that's right.
Easy, 20 years.
Yeah,
great.
If I may, I'd like to mention. Can I mention a couple of agencies?
Anything.
Okay. Well, you can't do it by yourself, obviously.
That's right.
And I don't have a lot of time because I'm working a full-time job as well as performing, and I'm a single parent.
You're a single parent, right?
Raising a child, and you got to make it fit the best way you can. And so, but there's been some agencies right here in Las Vegas, back east as well. But I'd like to especially mention Classic Productions here in town, Steve Byers Productions. There's a company that I just recently hooked up with. They've booking me already, and that's a Top Shelf Tributes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so these guys, they're excited, and I'm excited about where we can take all of this.
I go back almost 38 years with Steve Byer. He used to look exactly like Luke Skywalker. He was skinny, blonde-headed kid.
Yeah.
Now today, and I didn't see Steve for over 30 years, but he looks exactly the same, and he's really, really a nice guy.
He is, and they keep.
I work with Steve all the time.
Well, you know what, folks? We got to take a quick break here for our sponsors. If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with John Stewart and Chef Michael.
Come on, give me a call. My lawyers are waiting.
There's no other radio show like it. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. The phone lines are open at 702-731-1230. Now, here again, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with John Stewart and Chef Michael here on KLAV Monday through Friday. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful to have Mark Maynard. We've also got Steve Mason here. And Steve, you play Elvis. How long?
I do Elvis, actually. It all started out, I'll just tell you, it started out a long time ago with my grandmother. I listened to the All Shook Up 45, kept practicing with it, started doing little, things for the family, and then I started doing my, my own shows and stuff like that. And it worked out pretty well for me, you know what I mean? I really enjoy it, and I love it, and I just have a good time with it.
Well, I understand, have you been to Graceland?
Yes, I skipped a couple of years, but I go down every single year, and we're going down for the festival also. I'll be down there on the 12th.
Yeah.
Until the 19th.
12th of August.
So what
12th of August.
So what
right,
do you
Johnny?
think about this big Elvis thing that we just had here in town?
I think it's
whole big
absolutely
convention?
fantastic. John does a great job. Let's talk about the ETAs. It's like one big family.
ETAs?
What it means.
Elvis tribute artist.
Elvis tribute
Well, for
artist.
those
That's
of you
what I
who
meant to
don't
say.
know what that is,
Yeah,
there's
no, I know.
estimated
Yeah.
time of arrival.
Right.
I know.
Anyways,
It's a letter
big
today.
mistake over here. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
ETAs.
LOL.
But anyways, they
Yeah.
do a fantastic job, and
like I'm texting,
right? They do a fantastic job, and they're like the Musketeers. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody's for everybody. You know what I'm trying to say? They're all
You know what?
pushing for
I've noticed that, Steve. A lot of the Johnny has brought on a lot of different tribute artists, and I've got to say they're all very classy. They all care about the heart of Elvis. I heard about the Heart of Elvis Award, and about kind of like what you were talking about, Mark, about just what Frankie said. Just present a nice presentation of me. Don't make a caricature out of me.
Right.
And it's really nice to see that every Elvis tribute artist is doing their own rendition and finding something that's a little different so that they can stand out a little bit.
Well, see, the ETAs, actually, to be honest with you, they're really cool, and they're all one for all. You know what I'm trying to say? Everybody's pushing for everybody, like I said.
That's good. That's good.
So they do a great job. You know what I'm trying to say?
So where are you performing right now?
I do a lot of private gigs, conventions, stuff like that.
Okay,
you know what I'm trying to
corporate?
say? Yeah. And I really have a good time with it. But like I said, it's just amazing. Nobody. I just want to clarify something, anyways. Just to say one thing, that nobody is going to be Elvis Presley. I've seen him 4 times. I saw him in Boston in '71, and I saw him 3 times in Providence, Rhode Island. Okay, everybody, some people get a bad name with the whole situation. You know what I mean? Some people say, well, I don't want to see an ETA. Well, we the people trying to keep Elvis's memory alive.
Yes.
We're not trying to be Elvis. Everybody has their own personality off the stage, and that's why I just want to,
Well, it's really funny.
I
got to interject. Every person, Elvis impersonator, Elvis tribute person that Johnny brought here, I never met the guy. You understand? I was here in '74 when he was at the Las Vegas Hilton. He must have been a real nice guy because people emulate him. Yes, ma'am, Miss Sandy, Mr. Michael. He seemed to be he must have been a very.
He was a fantastic performer. Yeah. He had magnetism that nobody else did.
On and off stage.
I saw him in Boston in '71. He came out, flash bulbs. Everybody was halfway off their seats. It was just an absolutely fantastic show, a fast-paced show. He was flawless. And we're going to use in some of the documentaries, evidently, I understand, but they didn't do it because the acoustics at Boston Garden wasn't exactly perfect. So that's why they used other,
Could you imagine if, I'm not Elvis, but if I got a bunch of people that wanted to imitate me.
Okay.
That they wanted to come out and they wanted to do a tribute of. Could you imagine?
Well, that's all I would have to do.
Could you imagine?
That's all I would have.
Who the hell?
That's all I would have to do is this right here. That's it.
Could you,
That's it.
I asked what are you a landsman?
No, wait. What about this?
Right, and he's Jewish, and it's nice to see a landsman,
they can't see
a
it on
fellow
radio,
landsman doing Elvis, because I joke around when I say the Jews and stuff like that, but I love the Jewish people because just yesterday I'm on Fremont Street and there was a big fight and I'm walking around, I couldn't believe what happened, and apparently this black guy beat up this little Jewish guy. So I happened to beat her. I walk over. I said, what happened? I said, what the hell did you hit that guy for? He's 75 years old. He said to me, he called me a black bastard. I said, what did he say? A black bastard? He said, you didn't say it. He said, yes, he did, man. He called me a black bastard. So I go over to the guy. I said, sir, what is your name? He said, Mr. Goldberg. I said, buddy, what happened? He said, I'm standing on the corner. I'm minding my business. And the man came up to me. He says, where is Caesar's Palace? Where is the Union Plaza? I said, you're a black bastard. And that's what happened. John, is that funny? I love that.
So anyways, I saw Elvis 3 times.
Sorry, go ahead.
Anyways, I saw Elvis 3 times in Providence, Rhode Island.
Thank you,
also.
Steve.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay.
Bring it right
No,
back,
no,
buddy.
go.
Oh, no. Okay, I thought you were talking over there. No, I saw Elvis 3 more times, actually, in Providence, Rhode Island. And I saw him, I took my mother to see him May 23rd, 1977. And that was a few months, before, it all happened. And the closest I ever got, I had the chance to really run down there, and, you're a kid and stuff, and you're afraid that you're going to get kicked out of the concert. So, but anyways, I yelled, you get radical, yell Elvis, and he turned around and went like this to me.
Cool.
So that was my...
And that was it.
My claim to fame on that one.
That's
Steve,
all right.
where are you from? You've got a really
I'm from
strong...
Boston.
Boston.
I'm from Boston.
That's what it is. Boston. Listen
Boston.
to
You don't just say
Jackson.
Boston Garden, right?
Garden.
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 That gives it away right
How
there,
old would he be
I love
today,
it.
honey? How old if Elvis was
I have
living?
no idea.
You would know. What
But somebody
71, 70, something?
He's been dead 30 years.
He's
He's been dead 30 years?
So 60,
Elvis is,
70,
37th anniversary. 37.
77.
77. August 16th.
Oh.
August 16th, 1977.
79.
79 now.
Well, Steve,
He died at age 42.
I understand that
Yes,
on your
Andy.
wedding you arrived in a pink Cadillac, which is now for sale. Tell us
Okay, a
little
friend
bit
of
about
mine,
that.
Vinny Capri and Rona Capri,
at
they're
this.
selling it. What happened was
Wow.
he picked me up. I was in my tuxedo.
Wow.
We went
Can
to the
you get
Little
a picture
Chapel
of
of the
that?
West. We went to the Little Chapel of the West, and I was in the
People are
back with the
selling it. They're the
tuxedo.
ones that have
And
it
yes,
right there.
he drove down there right there at the Little Chapel of the West with that pink Cadillac. And they want to sell it right now. He's a little older, and he's not going to drive it anymore. It's just sitting in the garage like that. So
Oh, wow.
So
I
he
like-
wants to sell it for $25,000.
And all the money goes to Weema Foundation.
That too.
Thank that.
Well, the people that are selling it, it's Rona, and you can call 702-596-7094. That's 702-596-7094 if you want to purchase this beautiful pink Cadillac.
Sandy, we're
Oh
doing
my God,
that.
it is beautiful.
We're doing that Weema function. It wouldn't be a bad idea
to have it parked out there.
Have it parked out there. Have the Weema
Oh
girls.
my
We can
gosh!
turn
wouldn't
around.
that
And
be
we're
great?
going to have our
Is it
camera
in
crew
town?
down there.
Is it in town?
Is it in
Steve?
town?
The car, yeah.
It is.
Now the thing is, at 1:00 in the afternoon, 1 to 3 is the function.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
If we park it right in front of the club,
Yeah.
we could take the shots of the car because people are going to want to see the car.
Absolutely.
If they
Yeah,
want
I'll
to do
talk
that,
to
get
them.
a hold of Sandy.
And then you could be there.
And all the girls are going to be models. It's all
Yeah.
brown panties. So I'm telling you.
Hey,
We're going to try to work it all out. Absolutely. I'll
Okay,
talk
let's
to you.
let's try to
I'm
work
just
that
trying
out.
to
That's a
think
great
the brown
idea.
Panties. What did I say?
Hey.
I just want to mention one thing that, in other words, the fan clubs, a matter of fact, the All Shook Up, Viva Las Vegas, and the Jailhouse Rockers, and all the fans, you know what I mean? And that's what makes the show for Johnny, and Johnny does a fantastic job. I
Yes.
just want to let you know. And we had a great time
Yay,
at the
let's hear it
festival.
for John Stewart.
I love going down and seeing all these guys, and it's great to watch all those guys perform. You know what I'm trying to say? And we're all trying to keep the memory alive. That's what,
And that's
what it's
wonderful.
all about.
Okay, one more question. Do you have a website where people can find you, Steve?
Right now, to be honest with you, like I said, I was doing Elvis gigs and stuff, and I was in the retail business, working in retail and men's clothing. Besides doing that, so I'm working on a promo right now.
What about
working on a few
Facebook?
different things.
What about
or
Facebook?
anything?
Facebook, I have a couple of different things on Facebook. A matter of fact, Steve Mason, ETA. You know what I'm trying to say?
All right, Steve, we're going to be looking forward to it. I hope you come
Steve
down to the
Mason,
West
ETA.
Wing. I'll give you a meatball sandwich with a side order of matzah.
Elvis tribute.
Okay, provolone cheese on it, though, right?
Steve-
I have to have the provolone.
You
on
got it, buddy.
You got it.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so it's Steve Mason. I just want to get this right. Your Facebook page is Steve Mason ETA,
ETA.
right? Okay, so you can check out Steve Mason on Facebook, and then you're going to be working on a new website.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. And then you brought a CD, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay,
Matter
could
of
we
fact,
hear a little bit of that as we're going to
Sure.
our break? If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Jon Stewart and Chef Michael. This is a little bit from Steve Mason doing his version of Elvis.
Oh, I can't help it, I'm in love with the girl of my best friend. Her lovely hair, her skin so bare. I could go on and never end. Oh, I can't help it, I'm in love with the girl of my best friend.
The Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to the Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael here on KLAV, Monday through Friday every week. Mark Maynard, we were talking with you a little bit a while ago about doing Frankie Valli, and you were talking about this show, the Falsetto Show, that's coming up in El Paso, Texas, September the 25th?
That's right, yes. Dean Simon is his lovely wife, Kim. I'm very excited about getting me out there performing the tribute, the Frankie Valli Four Seasons tribute. We've contracted that performance, and they're working on some other things, of course, and I'm very excited. All the wonderful people that have been so supportive, Johnny Stewart and the agencies I mentioned before earlier, and of course, obviously, very excited that Frankie Valli has been very approving of what I'm doing with this.
That's great. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show, and if you want to find out about booking Mark Maynard, you can call him at 702-474-7425. That's 702-474-7425.
That's right.
Okay.
That's correct, yes.
All right, good. Or find him on Facebook under Mark Maynard, Maynard.
Thank you, Sandy.
Okay, great. And Steve, we've got your Facebook page, which is Steve Mason ETA on Facebook, and your next performance.
Well, I'm working on a couple of different things and some gigs and stuff like that.
Which mostly are private. So if somebody wants to call you to do a gig, what is your number?
The number is area code 702-431.
Okay.
Oh, look.
Your number.
Oh, there's my number over there. How do you like that? 702-431-3235.
3235. 702-431-3235.
There's about 20 things going through my mind over here, man. I'm trying to think of everything, you know?
If you would like to book Steve Mason to do his Elvis for you. Okay, I've also got here Don Usherson. Hi, Don. How are you doing?
Hi, Sandy. Good morning.
Good morning to you. And you're sitting here so patiently, so quiet. Tell us, you said you have a trivia question for us.
Yes,
for our
I
listeners.
do. Before I get that, I want to say one thing to you.
Okay.
One of the great things about this show is that, you've heard the expression 6 degrees of separation, or 5 degrees, or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever it is. But every one of these guests, I've noticed, and an awful lot of others when I'm not here, have a connection
somehow
to the other people that are come on the program.
It's really amazing.
We talk about Frankie Valli, and in college, Frankie Valli. I went to school in Upper Montclair, where Bob Gaudio and Frankie did a lot of their recordings, and so many of the people. I could go through a whole lot more, but in my days with the RJ, I put all of that together, and one of the popular things in the column was that I would do a little trivia, entertainment trivia and so on. And the old Elvis trivia about how many Grammys he won and in what category, because he never won a Grammy for rock and roll. I know Steve probably knows which genre he got his 2 Emmys.
Well, the gospel stuff.
Which were gospel,
absolutely.
Yes. So I have another little old trivia question for all of the entertainers.
Trivia. Okay, what is it?
We all know about the Walk of Fame in Hollywood.
Yes.
Which famous celebrity is the only one that has 5 stars?
Who has 5 stars?
Has 5 stars on the Walk of Fame in Hollywood.
Wow.
Elvis Presley?
And you can let your readers,
Elvis Presley?
your listeners.
Is it Elvis?
No.
Oh.
Who is it?
I know who it is. Harmony Gingo.
Buddy Holly, no?
Well, does anybody out there know? If you know, call in 702-731-1230 and win some show tickets. 702-731-1230. If you know who has 5, what is it called?
5 stars.
5 stars on the
different categories.
Okay, and the Walk of Fame.
I know who it is. Maria Ospinskaya. She was the woman that. That's right. That's right, Don. She was the old lady, the gypsy woman that did the thing. It's useless crap that stuck stuck in my head. And who was the?
I don't know if anybody knows it. Look, nobody's calling in. Nobody. I think you might have stumped our audience.
Well, guess what? Guess what? Then we have to give it up. We're going to give you another.
Doesn't Dr.
2
Perry,
seconds.
Dr. Perry, do you know Carl Grosso?
He's counting his money. Carl don't give a rat's ass about nobody. He matters money.
Somebody look it up and Google it. Then you can call in and give the answer.
Go ahead, give it up.
Okay, so no. Don't give it up because we'll wait and see, and then tomorrow we'll tell them.
Is it Pinocchio? Pinocchio.
All right. So,
Jon Stewart's got 5 stars.
So, Don, you've been in town for a long time. You've met a lot of entertainers. You know a lot of people. You know a lot about the entertainment business. Tell me, who was your most interesting interview that you did?
Well, the most interesting.
The most interesting.
They were all interesting. I can tell you who was the most fun.
Okay, who was the most
Because all I had to do was
fun?
push her button on the back of her neck.
And she started
and
talking.
she went on for 20 minutes, and she was
that
absolutely
sounds like
delightful.
Chef Michael Lynette or Sandy Kastel. I mean, both of us could do that.
When I was doing the TV show at the Dunes, I used to pick up the guests myself.
And like Johnny Stewart's been doing lately.
That's right.
Yes. When I picked up Carol Channing. Not literally, but when I got into my car, and she started telling me a story, and I asked her if she could save that for the show, and she said, "Oh, I've got 1,000,000 of them." And she went on from the time we got in the car until the end of the show. She told funny joke after funny joke after absolutely delightful lady, and she's still going strong.
So if there was one entertainer that you never got to interview, who would that be?
Sammy Davis Jr. Interviewing him officially because 2 weeks before Sammy was supposed to come on the show, he got the diagnosis about the throat cancer.
I seen him live.
You know, my dad worked with Sammy Davis, and he said Sammy Davis Jr. and he said he was the nicest guy, and he would always, bring the bottles of wine. You know, what was it? The
Ripple.
No.
Muscatel.
Louis the 13th or something. I don't know.
Louis the 13th.
No. That was it was one of those wines. It's really expensive.
Dom Perignon.
No, but anyway, he loved Sammy Davis Jr. He said he was just a wonderful guy to work for.
Absolutely marvelous. One of the nicest human beings in the world, and he was as real as his persona on stage. And he's also the greatest all-around entertainer.
He's amazing. And as a matter of fact, T. Fox the other night did a little bit of Sammy Davis, and he was just such a natural at it, you know. So I want to remind everybody that this Saturday night at the West Wing Cigar Lounge, we're going to have Ms. Marilyn B., and she is absolutely fabulous. She's going to be also performing at the Las Vegas Event Center. But also, let's see, who else do we have? Is T. Fox coming back this Friday, Michael? Do we know yet? Do we know?
The kid's driving me crazy. He's calling every day. We're going to talk to T. Fox, but a quick shout out to our friends, the Vegas Voice, who's going to be one of our sponsors. And guess what, Don? We're going to make, we got
Roberts
and Scheibach. Am I saying that correctly? Robert?
Maybe.
If I do mispronounce it, I apologize. Sarbach. And we're going to do a full page, and we need somebody to do an article on us, and you're going to do it.
Yeah, Don, we're going to have you do
it, Don. And you can interview Sandy and myself.
Gene Autry. Well, listen, if you're just tuning in now, it's too late. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. You're going to have to come back tomorrow morning, Tuesday morning, and we will be here on KLAV at 9 a.m. See you then. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Woo! I'm gonna give it everything.